This is Charles. Welcome to a glimpse inside my mind when I try and decide to get off the couch and get outside for a 20-minute jog. The benefits of which I hope to describe in the next 5 or 6 minutes to give some pros and cons of exercising for 20 minutes a day. I've been graced with the opportunity to interview somebody from Oregon Health Science Center who might help shed a little light into this and give us a little bit more professional guidance. So,
hi, this is Charles. I'm here with Wanke at the Oregon Health Science Center Physical Therapy Facility, Building 1 down here on South Bond. We're going to be talking today about the benefits of jogging 20 minutes a day. Wanke is a physical therapist here, and he deals with people on a daily basis who come in with aches and pains. My personal experience was I had been diagnosed with cancer about 2.5 years ago, and because of the location of the surgery, was told to really not do a whole lot of strenuous exercise. And after about 2 years of not really doing a whole lot of anything, I had not only become very weak, I had gained a bunch of weight. I was up to about 245 pounds. My eating and my motivation were both pretty poor. And made a decision one day. I was walking my dog at the park and saw somebody jogging past me and thought, well, it's been a couple of years. The doctor said I can go ahead and get active again. Maybe I should start moving a little bit quicker than a walking pace. And I was a little bit scared because the therapy that I had gone through, the chemotherapy I'd gone through, had given me neuropathy in my feet. And I had broken my foot and actually had come here to Oregon Health Science Center for physical therapy to try and solve some of those issues that I was having. So I was a little bit apprehensive about false stepping and all these other things. My back had become pretty sore, my hips had become relatively sore, and I have also had several sports injuries that prevent me from really doing a whole lot of activity. So my brain was constantly, every time I got into a mode of like to do something more, my brain would tell me no, 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 and my body would react sometimes in the same way with additional pain. So it became very, very difficult, and it was a vicious cycle. So after long awaited results, I guess, I really made a decision to try and do something different. And I started at a slow pace. I didn't just go out and start jogging miles and miles and miles. I just told myself I would run down to the end of the street, which seemed to make a difference. But what I was really hoping to do was ask an expert. And then once he's done, maybe we'll talk a little bit more. So Wanke, what would you say are some of the pros to actually jogging maybe 20 minutes a day?
So I think from a pro standpoint, really anything that keeps people physically active in a way that's sustainable and something that they can do every day is great. That can be any form of exercise. I think jogging in particular, if you're getting your heart rate up, is going to have more benefits from a cardiovascular standpoint than maybe other types of exercise could. But I think any form of exercise that you can do consistently is great. And jogging is nice because it's also accessible, so you don't need equipment for it, you can do it anywhere.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of pros that come with jogging as a form of exercise.
So you don't need a gym membership.
Yeah.
It actually is a cardiovascular exercise so that you really get your heart rate going, so it strengthens your heart. There's probably some weight loss and maybe some weight loss that goes along with it. Some of the other things I guess that I found, and maybe you might see this more than me, is that they said that it can kind of boost your self-esteem or your self-confidence.
Yeah.
It gives you maybe a little bit more motivation. Have you seen that with patients that have come in that have kind of gone from one spectrum to the other with regards to conditioning?
Yeah, absolutely. I think any form of exercise too has that potential to have benefits for your mental and your physical well-being. So I think jogging can absolutely fit both of those needs.
So if you're feeling a little down in the dumps, it might help increase the endorphins or the dopamine and really kind of give you maybe a little jolt. What are some of the cons? I mean, some people, oops, sorry.
That's okay.
Some folks come in, like myself, with some pain, legitimate pain. What would be some of the cons of actually just going immediately into some kind of rigorous exercise?
Sure. So broadly speaking, I wouldn't say that jogging itself has any cons, right? But just like you're saying, it's something that you need to be ready to do physically. And I think people underestimate the amount of strength that you need in order to be able to do something like jogging, especially if it's something that you haven't done before or you haven't done in a long time.
Yeah.
So your body's not always going to be ready to jog, and it's going to take some time to get used to it too.
Right.
It is something where, just like you were saying, you need to be strong enough to be able to do it in the first place. And it's the same as like any other form of exercise too. Like if you're going to the gym and you were going to start lifting weights, you don't immediately start by doing squats for like 450 pounds.
Right. You don't have to be
build up
hard.
slowly.
There you go. So building up slowly, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. You listen to an expert. My own personal opinion is that my body had gotten, over time, some of the things, the benefits that they're talking about, the Arthritis Foundation actually says for rheumatoid arthritis, it actually is a benefit. It can be a benefit. That was my experience. Remember, I'm not a professional. Aki is a professional. If you feel like there's something in here that might motivate you to do this, feel free to please contact your physician before you do any kind of strenuous exercise. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thanks for sharing your experience.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, is that gonna